Good evening, everyone. If it is evening where you are back with Matteo Tamaya, and I am here with the company of the majestic Stuart Reed.
Hello.
And we are about to show you some tips and techniques on the one and only Logic. And today we are going to show you how to sample. Anyway, let's get into it. I've already found a sample for us to use, and Stuart's going to talk to you quickly about the BPM, finding the tempo.
Yeah. There's quite a few ways of finding the tempo on Logic. The one that we prefer using is the beat count or the BPM count, which is right here. If you would unbypass, there we go. Yeah. So what you do is you pretty much just press play, and it will just detect the tempo for you. So long story short, that's what we use for this track. So yeah, if you want to carry on.
Also, I'd also like to mention, when it comes to sampling, you'd want to get rid of you'd want to trim down the sample to the precise start of the sample. For example, sometimes, when you get an MP3 WAV, etc., like you have, an empty space at the start, you want to, chop that down and get that, cut it right to the transient, just straight to the beginning, so we can get a perfect loop on it. So we've already got a loop on this sample. It might not be perfect, but it works for what we're doing right now. So yeah, I'm gonna play it to you. So yeah, that's the sample. As you can see, I've already got it on loop because this section here that's not on loop I don't want to use. It's useless to me. So bon voyage.
Cut that away.
So yeah, so now we've got the section we do want to use. I don't particularly like the fact that the drums are here. It kind of affects the loop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the last 2 bars of the track, and I'm going to replace it with the last 2 bars of the first 4 bars, if that makes sense. So yeah, let me just do that. Okay, copy and paste.
The shortcut for copy and paste also is
Alt
and drag.
Yeah, that's it. So now we should have a good loop. So yeah, that's pretty much looping fine. It's not spot on or perfect, but once you manipulate the audio, add some reverb, maybe some drums, it sort of starts to, build together. So here what we've done is we've added little effects just to, let me bypass the BPM. So little effects just to sort of add character to the sample.
Further manipulate
Further manipulation just to, add your own flavor. So here Stuart has added a pitch shifter, which he's gonna briefly explain.
Yeah, so what we did here, added a pitch shifter just to kind of pitch it up by 2 semitones, just to kind of change it from the original as much as possible, while still maintaining the same kind of, the same kind of sound, and you can hear the audio properly. So yeah, this is what it sounds like a bit pitched. Kind of like a Kanye feel.
It's pitch shifting is very popular in hip hop music for those who think it's weird. But yeah, we've also added some flanger, which it's just a cheeky little effect. It sounds nice, so we added it, and I guess I'll play that to you again.
Kind of has an old kind of tape effect kind of thing. So
sounds very trippy. Sounds freaking awesome, man. So yeah, now we've added our effects, and we've added our own character. It sounds slightly different to the original sample now. So what we did was we added drums, potentially the most basic drum pattern you'll ever hear, but just for the tutorial purposes, it works. So yeah, have a listen. Also, if you can hear now, it's actually starting to loop a bit better. So it's, even though it's not, the actual sample itself isn't looping spot on, it sounds like it's looping nicer.
Yeah, like the MIDI on top of it, it kind of makes makes the cuts of the sample kind of transparent, and that's what we were trying to achieve with the effects and everything, and also putting the drums on top of it. It just kind of glues it in better.
Exactly. You can also add reverb to disguise, the transients of the sample. That's a quite a technique a lot of hip hop producers tend to use to disguise the transients. So, other than it sounding like a sample loop, it sounds like they've actually made it themselves, type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, there's so much more you can do to this. You can, chop more of the sample, rearrange it. There's the possibilities here are endless. You can add more MIDI on top of it to create your own song. I mean, often sampling on Logic can be, it's a bit of an outcast with producers. There's a lot of criticism that Logic isn't great for sampling, but there's definitely ways around it. So this is one of a short little tip and technique that I just wanted to show you. And
also as well, just a little FYI, if you try to do this with other tracks and stuff, and you find that it doesn't really cut perfectly, or you hear popping or clicking noises, you can always just fade wherever you cut. Yeah. So if you go to, with my shaky hand right here, there we go, fading tool, and press Command right in between the two cuts. If you just hover over it and go to the right, it crossfades both of them.
Definitely.
Yeah, so you can do it to all of them. Hold on. There we go. And yeah, so if you ever experience any type of problems, just use a crossfade and it should just sort it out for you. If we just play, we didn't really have any pops, but. So this makes it run into each other more smoothly.
Definitely, that's pretty awesome as well. So yeah, that's our tip and technique on sampling.
Yeah, a bit of 2 for 1 right there.
2 for 1, get 'em. a special right there, mate. Anyway, cheers, thank you, take care of yourself, and see you later.
God bless.
Bye.